I don't know if your ears were burning yesterday, Bob, because we had Bobby Cannavale, the actor, on here, okay? And he recalled the first time that he met you at the Downtown Athletic Club. And I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind indulging us here by listening to him recount the story on yesterday's show. Here we go.
When I was like 21 years old, I went to the bathroom and Bob Costas was in the next urinal. I was peeing and I went, I just wanted to say, I'm a big fan of yours. And he went, don't you know the rule? You're not supposed to talk when you're in the urinal. And I was like, oh, God, I didn't. So that's how I learned the rule. Anyway, I saw him at the Knicks game. I was at the Knicks game, and I never met him before since then. And I said to him, hey, when I was 21, I told him the story, and he went, doesn't sound like something I'd say. Shut me down.
He was also sitting on the toilet when you told him the second time.
That was Kansas City's finest Paul Rudd putting a button on that. Bob, do you remember that conversation at all?
I don't, but I'd like to make it clear that I was perhaps standing at the urinal, but I was not in the urinal, which is, if you rewind the tape, the way you expressed it. I wasn't in there with that little white cake that's supposed to make things a little more pleasant than they otherwise would be.
Now, but that is a rule of thumb, though, is it not?
My general rule of thumb is not that. My general rule of thumb is no handshaking in the men's room.
Oh, that
you can forearm bump, you can nod, you can say whatever you want to say, but I had this discussion with Larry David once, and he actually he wrote it down on his notepad as something that possibly might make an appearance on Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I don't think he ever got around to it.
Well,
which is the person who wants to shake your hand in the men's room. And a guy actually did this among the many strange encounters you have. I am standing there washing my hands, and a guy comes out, not of standing in front of the urinal, but out of a stall. And beaming, extends his hand, and he goes, Bob! And I say, hold on. Happy to see you, but we're not going to shake hands. He goes, oh, yeah, my bad. And he walks over to the sink, turns it on for like 2 milliseconds, no soap, and rinses a little water over it, and then extends his wet hand as if it's all good now. And I'm like, this is not going to happen, but have a nice day.
When we interviewed Larry David, we came up with an idea that we're hoping is in the new season of Curb, similar to this, that Larry walks into a men's room, and obviously he has those distinctive shoes on, so they know Larry's in there. Maybe it's in his office or something. And the person inside the stall doing his number 2 business sneezes. Larry does not say, God bless you. And then there's a problem between the two of them because the guy was not afforded the etiquette of being told Gesundheit from sneezing. And that started this whole debate, like, do you say God bless you to somebody who's in the stall? And Larry really pondered that and basically said that door is an inviolate wall that you never break, essentially.
Yeah, I think that actually is true. How have we
devolved
down this rabbit
Listen,
hole?
I know, Bob.
And why am I about to say what I'm about to say?
Go for
it. But he's going to have to go. Even Larry David is going to have to go some distance to exceed. And now I'm not saying that there's a large body of work in this area in cinematic history, but to my recollection, the greatest stall exchange is between Mike Myers as Austin Powers and Tom Arnold, who is in the other stall, and he says, hey, buddy, it's been a while. How about a courtesy flush? So I believe that's also part of stall protocol. I myself try not to spend enough time there so that there is any kind of social interaction. I'm just trying to avoid it entirely.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.